Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. I'm actually going to be interviewing my kiddos today and find out what they really think about our homeschool, being homeschooled in general, and how we homeschool and what we use and stuff like that. I feel like I do all these videos for you guys and I talk about what curriculum I like and what I think fits our family best, and I like this one more than this one and stuff like that. I give you my opinion as the mom. But I think it'd be nice to know what my kids actually think. And we haven't really discussed this. I let them know what the questions are, and they're going to be in here and they're just going to give me their thoughts and let us know what they think. So I've got 7 quick questions here that I'm going to ask each of them, and we'll see what they think. And you guys can find out. I think this is a fun way to involve our kids and really make sure that what we're using in our homeschool not only is something mom thinks works, but something the kids like too. So let's find out what my kids think about our homeschool. Okay, so here is my first and oldest child. This is
Sienna,
and she is in what grade?
6.
6th grade. So I do very much value her opinion, and she has been here since the beginning and used every single curriculum that we have used. So she should have a good opinion on what we've used and what she liked and what she didn't. So let's get on to the questions. So I just realized that we are twins right now. I completely forgot about that. This morning, we had our pictures taken for our local newspaper because they're doing a story on the inn that we are opening up. And so we were all kind of like navy bluing it, and we were even super matchy, and I didn't realize how twinny we were. So that's why, in case you were wondering. So the first thing is, what is your favorite thing about being homeschooled?
Probably not having a time that we have to finish school.
Okay.
Because like normal kids have to be done with their classes at a certain time, and we kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And then I don't know,
if we have interruptions in our day,
it doesn't really matter.
it's okay because we can come back and finish it later,
Mm-hmm.
which we usually have a lot of interruptions in our day. You guys have seen in our day in the lives. Yeah, that's a good point. So you like the flexibility of homeschooling and being able to
have snacks whenever I want.
So here's the second question. So what would you change about our homeschool if you could?
Probably getting to bed earlier and then having a better morning before we start school, because we have like a list of all the subjects, but when we get up, we basically just lay on the couch for a while. And
we are not, some of us are morning people. Mm-hmm. Some of us are not morning people. And I have a couple kids that are like me and are slow movers in the morning, and what you're saying is you want to get started early.
Yes, I
She
do.
wants people going to bed early, which is me because I'm a night owl. I stay up late. And then we get up, and that's usually when we have our media time in the morning. Like, they don't really do media any other time of the day, but they watch tablets and stuff in the morning while we just chill and we slowly get ready and do chores and stuff. So you want us to get an earlier start so that we're done earlier and stuff like that, which I think is really smart. That's a good point. Okay. The next question is about math. So we have used Christian Light Education math, and we've used Math UC. We actually have also used Singapore math, but I don't know if you remember that because that was like kindergarten. And you liked that. I think we used Singapore for a couple years, maybe kindergarten and 1st grade, and then we kind of hit a wall, but you probably don't really remember that. Yeah. But we did use Christian Light Education for quite a few years, and now we're on our 1st year of Math UC. So comparing Christian Light and Math UC, which one do you like better and why?
Math UC, because Christian Light, I learned a lot, but it was too much in one lesson. Like, it was overwhelming.
Lessons were too long.
And this one, I just learn something new every week, but still have some review of stuff. And I just like how they individually put it in each lesson, and it just is not too overwhelming.
Because it's usually like 2 pages a day if you do one lesson. And then, so piggybacking off of that, what about the manipulatives? Because you're not a big fan of the manipulatives, right?
Yeah.
You don't really have to use the manipulatives if you do Math UC. I think it does help. You're not but even though you don't,
that I learn, it helps. But
so even though you don't really like the manipulatives, you still pick Math UC. Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know. So for language, now ask about that. So we've used Christian Light Education language for many years. Last year we used Fix It Grammar, which is with IEW. We did that for 1 year. And this year we're using the Good and the Beautiful. So out of those 3, which is your favorite and why? Or which one would you want to do again next year?
I am going to go with the Good and the Beautiful because Fix-It Grammar was good, but I wasn't learning a bunch of the stuff that I'm learning this year. Like this year I'm doing like homophones and that kind of grammar stuff, but I'm also doing like editing articles and a bunch of other stuff that I didn't do last year. And then Christian Light was just too overwhelming with all the stuff that they crammed into each lesson.
So that was, again, pretty long lessons.
Yeah.
It did pack in a lot and did teach a lot, but it was a lot of long lessons.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fix-It Grammar was basically just grammar, where now with the Good and the Beautiful, I mean, it covers it covers phonics and writing and punctuation and it's got art and I don't remember. It's got a long list. So it does cover.
It also does geography.
Oh, geography too?
Which is a big thing.
Yeah, so the Good and the Beautiful has a lot. So you like that it's got so much tied in with it. Okay. And it's the first one we've used that's in color. Do you think that makes a difference?
Yes, I like
you
that.
You like that? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, both of the other 2 that we used were black and white. So I wondered if that would be something you guys would like. So nice having pictures and stuff. Spelling. Would you rather, right now we do dictation where I just say a sentence, she has to write it down, and anything that she gets wrong, then she'll redo that sentence the next day. So would you rather do dictation, or would you rather have a spelling list at the beginning of the week that you study and then you are tested on at the end of the week?
I would rather have a spelling list that I just like study all week and then write it at the end of the week.
Okay.
Because I don't really just like doing sentences. They're just, I don't like doing sentences.
Okay. So you'd rather do a spelling test?
Yes.
Okay. Which we haven't done in years. We haven't really, well, in the last 2 years, we haven't really had a spelling test, spelling list. We did more dictation because Heart of Dakota did dictation too.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Okay. This will all be helpful when I start looking at curriculum next year because I want to know if my kid, if she would rather do a traditional spelling book, then we'll do that. So it's good to ask your kids stuff like this. So the next question is about like the overall curriculum. The last few years we used Heart of Dakota, which is like an all-in-one. You open up the guidebook and a two-page spread tells the child everything they have to do that day. And for her grade and up, it was basically all independent. And now we're doing a combination of stuff where Bible, history, science, read alouds, things like that are done as a family, and there's only a few things that are independent. So the question is, would you rather do like Heart of Dakota where you open up the book and you can basically do it all on your own, or do you like doing the family style where we do it all together? Some of it together.
I like doing some of it together, but I would rather have Heart of Dakota because it's all already laid out, and I just liked how they put their subjects in. Like, I like how they tied them all together, kind of, so I'd rather do Heart of Dakota.
So would you want to do Heart of Dakota completely and not do anything as a family? Or do you like doing history and science as a family, or?
I like doing that together. It can sometimes be hard because it's hard to get like something where I'm learning enough, but my sisters aren't like too overwhelmed or anything. Because I'm usually answering.
I was gonna say, you're the one that answers all the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how I read my own. It was in 4th grade that Heart of Dakota that we read together, Grandpa's Box.
Yeah.
And I really liked doing that
the
together.
read aloud stuff was together.
But I like doing the Bible questions and Bible time together as a family, how we like alternate reading.
Okay. Well, good. Okay. We'll keep that in mind and see what we do next year. Okay, so the last question, what is something that you would like to add to our homeschool next year? Is there a subject or a curriculum that we used to use that you want to add in, or something that we haven't done, or I don't know, is there anything that you want to add?
I'd like to do more art because the subjects that I do tie in art, but it's usually once every couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, and I love
You
art,
love art,
so I think that would be better for
like a couple days a week do art. Okay.
Yeah. just tied into like something that has to do with history or anything like that. I just want
Okay.
art to be a main subject like that.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, well, thank you, my sweet little child. All right, so those are her thoughts. Now let's see what the next kid thought. Okay, so now I have my second oldest daughter, and your name is?
Liliana.
And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. Okay, so let's answer some questions. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is your favorite thing about being homeschooled?
That I get more breaks than other kids that go to school.
Okay, we can take, Sienna said that too, like snack breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. No, I like that too. Okay, anything else?
I don't know.
Okay. What would you change about our homeschool if you could?
I don't know.
Okay. You can think about that one.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about math. So, you have used Christian Light Education Math and you've used Math UC now this year. Out of those two, do you remember Christian Light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which of those two do you like better?
Matthew C.
Okay, why?
Because I feel like I can learn much more with that math and it teaches me more.
Okay, why does it make you learn more? Is it because it's taught on the computer or just the way the lessons are set up or the manipulatives? Like what part of it do you like better? Do you like that it's a DVD lesson? That he does teach it on DVD?
Do you like that?
Okay, good. And you've only used the manipulatives a little bit, but do you like using those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. What about the length of the lessons? Do you like that better, that they're shorter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the other ones were kind of long.
Yeah.
For language, we have used Christian Light Education. Then we used Fix-It Grammar. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then this year we used The Good and the Beautiful. So out of those 3 choices, which do you like better?
I like Fix-It Grammar.
Oh, okay. So why do you like that the best?
Because you could fix sentences and it was just fun fixing it.
Okay. And that was one that you and Sienna did together. You both did the same thing, right? Did you like doing that with her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you look at Christian Light Education compared to The Good and the Beautiful, what about those two? Which of those two do you like better? Because they're both like a little bit longer lessons and they're both book work and they kind of have more stuff involved. Do you like one of those better than the other one?
I like The Good and the Beautiful.
Okay. Do you like the stories that we read in there?
Mm-hmm.
But you did like the stories that we read in Christian Light too.
Yeah.
I remember you liked those a lot. So you like both of them pretty good, but maybe The Good and Beautiful a little bit more?
Yeah.
But you like the Fix-It Grammar the best?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's just because it's shorter and it was pretty quick?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and because it was really fun to do.
Okay, good. Okay. So the next question is about spelling. Do you prefer to do dictation where I just call out the words to you and you write them on the board and whichever ones you get wrong, you practice those throughout the week? Or would you like to have a list at the beginning of the week that you study and you work on all week and then you have a test at the end of the week? What do you like better?
That's hard. I like both.
Do you?
So I don't know if I can choose.
Okay, that's fine. You like both? You don't care which spelling we do? Okay. Do you like, now your spelling this year had a lot of activities where it was like lay down on the floor and do a push-up every time you said the letter or something or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Jump up and down. Like what other things did it have you do?
Like
This was The Good and the Beautiful.
bouncing your chair while saying the word.
Which you got in trouble for before when Mom didn't know she was doing spelling and she's like spelling something and I'm like, sit still. And she said, I'm doing my lesson. It said to bounce in your seat, right?
Yeah.
So you did like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. So now we'll talk about what you like when we're comparing Heart of Dakota, which we did for a few years, and you did Bigger Hearts for His Glory. Remember that yellow book? And you would open it up and there's a 2-page spread and you would go down and do all that stuff by yourself or with me. But you didn't do anything with your sisters. It was like you did stuff completely separate. So did you like that, how a lot of it was independent and the whole day was laid out? Or do you like it better now, how we do Bible, history, science, read alouds together as a family, and then you just have a couple things that you do independently?
I liked that I had a lot of stuff, most of my stuff independent and a couple things together, because I could also do a lot of stuff while you're working with the other kids, and I could maybe finish earlier.
So you liked being able to be independent and not wait for everybody.
Because this year
had like 3 independent things, and then I had to wait it
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. Okay, well that's good to know. Interesting. Is there a subject that we do together as a family that you do like doing together? Like, would you want to have all your subjects independent, or do you like doing history together? Do you like doing science together? Is there anything that you like doing as a family, or do you really want to just do most of it on your own? What are your thoughts on that?
I like doing like Bible and history together.
Okay.
And I also like doing history and science by myself.
Okay.
But I don't.
Kind
I
of
like
a
science
mixture.
too.
You
I
like doing science by yourself?
By myself.
Okay.
So,
Cool. Okay. Last question here. What is something that you would like to add to our homeschool next year? Is there a subject or something that you want to study about, or is there something that we've used before that you wish we could put back in? What's something you want to add to our homeschool?
I don't think I want to add anything.
Nothing? Okay. So you like everything we do?
Mhm.
For the most part?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's good. Thank you, Liliana. Okay. Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
So now I have my third daughter here. So this is
Annabelle.
And Annabelle, what grade are you in?
Second.
Second grade. Okay, so you want to answer some questions for me? Okay. So the first thing I want to know is, what is your favorite thing about being homeschooled? Do you like being homeschooled? Okay. Is there anything that you look forward to or you think is cool that we're allowed to do that other people can't do that go to school, or anything like that? Nothing? You just like homeschool in general? Okay. Is there anything you would change about our homeschool if you could? Like, it could be to add a new subject, or don't do this anymore, or you wish anything. It could be anything. Or
I don't like doing math.
you don't like doing math, so you wish we didn't do math at all?
Yeah.
But if you have to do math, well, that's one of the other questions. That is our next question. So how about we'll tie that in now. So we have used 2 different maths. You've used Christian Light Education Math. Do you remember that one? That was like the little light units, the little workbook things. We used that last year. Yeah, we used that last year. And then this year we're using Math UC, which is the one big workbook. You know what that is. So out of those 2, which do you like better?
I like last year's.
Do you? Okay. So you liked Christian Light Education better.
Yeah.
So why? What did you like better about that one?
It just had, it had easier stuff to do.
Okay. So you thought that it was a little bit easier. Okay. But you were in first grade.
Yeah.
Now you're in second grade, so it is harder. You actually are doing awesome in the math we're doing this year. One question I have. This year has manipulatives, those little blocks that you use for Math UC. So does that help? Do you like that?
Yeah.
Now compare that to like last year where it was all just a workbook that you did the work in. You still think you liked that better?
Not really.
No?
I guess I kind of like this one better.
Okay.
Because I like doing the, doing like feet and inches.
Okay.
like
So you
doing
like
that.
the stuff you're learning this year? Okay. Well, good. Okay. Thank you, Annabelle, for answering all those questions for me. It was nice to hear what you thought about our homeschool. And we'll see what we come up with next year, right? Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
So here we have our tiniest little monkey. What is your name? Jonah. Okay. And Jonah, how old are you?
5.
5? Well, that's pretty big. Okay. So Jonah, I want to know, what do you want to study in school next year? What do you want to learn about?
I want to learn about letters like.
You want to learn about letters, and you want to learn how to drive a car. Okay? That sounds reasonable. What's your favorite thing that we do in school right now? What do you like doing in school right now? What's your favorite part of what we do?
I like learning my letters.
Okay, you like learning your letters? So do you like writing in the book, or do you like doing games better?
I like Doing games.
Okay, good. Which one is your favorite game that we do? We have Swat the Fly, we have
Oh, I like
Swat the Fly, and do you like Mouse House? There's a mouse in the house. What is that one called? Mouse Hunt or something?
And I have a mouse book that I love.
Okay. Do you like reading books?
I can learn my letters too, so yeah.
Okay. Do you like it when mommy reads books to you?
Yes.
Do you like it when your sisters read books to you?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good. Do you want to do math next year and learn how to add stuff and take away stuff? Does that sound fun?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Cool. And who's your favorite teacher? Who's your favorite teacher that teaches you at home?
Me.
Me?
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's good. Okay. I just want to make sure I was your favorite. Okay.
So you said pick me.
Yeah, I wanted you to pick me, of course. Okay. Well, Jonah, thank you for answering questions for me. That was really great.
What?
Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
So I thought that was really interesting to hear from my kids and see they had totally different ideas and different perspectives about what they like, what they don't like, what they wish we were using. I've never actually done this. I think they're getting to the age where I can ask them and they can really give me their opinions on stuff. I think there's a time when they're real young and you don't necessarily want to ask a ton of opinions because, you know, they might be like, well, I don't want to do math anymore, or I don't like science, or I don't like history, or whatever. Sometimes I think they might be a little young, but I feel like mine are getting to that age where they can give me some input. I still get to be the one to make the decision. I am going to pray over this and really put some thought and prayer into what my girls said and see how we can balance this out and make sure everybody's getting the most out of our homeschool. My oldest daughter will be going into 7th grade this next year. So with hers, there's really a lot to consider and see. Should we still be doing family style subjects, which I've absolutely loved this year. But at the same time, I do see the positive side of the independence, even for my younger kids. There's positives and negatives of both ways of doing homeschool. And I think there could be a good mix if I pick the right subjects that maybe we could do together as a family, but have a lot more independence than we did this year. So I think this was really cool, and I'm glad I did this. I'm really surprised by some of their opinions, but I appreciate their honesty, and I like hearing what they like and what they don't like. It's kind of nice. So I'm going to keep these things in mind, especially coming up here. I'm going to a homeschool convention pretty soon, and as I'm looking at curriculum, and even just considering, I love everything we've used. I feel like I could pick something that we've used in the past or that we've used this year and make that work. I don't necessarily want to add anything new to our homeschool, but I might pull in something that we used to use and maybe mix and match stuff. We'll see. But I love the freedom and the flexibility of homeschooling and being able to just choose what works best for your family. So I do encourage you, if your kids are old enough to have input and to let you know what they like and what they don't like, ask them. Ask them some questions like I did. I just came up with some questions off the top of my head and just ask them some questions to see what they like better comparing one to the other. And you may get 4 different answers. My little guy wasn't going to be able to answer any of these, so his questions were a little random, but he wanted to answer questions too, so I let him be a part of it. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that just seeing my kids' perspective and not just seeing mine gives you an idea too of how the way I homeschool may not be the way you homeschool, and the way I homeschool might be best for my kids one year and it might need to tweak the next year. So this was just a peek into my kids' thoughts and their feelings about our homeschool, and I hope this was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.